how do you see the future on those two markets? Are you excited with the innovation coming, and where do you see like uh, the most innovation coming from, and how do you see that market going?
Yeah, I think they're both terribly exciting now. On the biotech side, I mean, the amount of learnings that are happening um, on especially on immunology and cell and drug receptors and gene editing. You know, the whole CRISPR technology. These open up whole new fields of of medicines and drugs, and I think uh, I just don't see any slowdown. In fact, what I believe has happened to the pharmaceutical business is they've essentially outsourced their research activity to the biotech industry, and they would just as soon
Mm,
have a biotech company go through the steps I mentioned, and then purchase the company at the end of phase 2 or phase 3. Because I believe that the drug companies have said, look, we're very good at marketing, we're good at sales, we're good at TV advertising, we're probably good at conducting very large scale clinical trials, but a smaller company is better at developing a drug. And I think that's where the field is going. On the device side, I would say that the confluence of data sciences, and I would include AI, artificial intelligence, in that has made devices very smart. So I think the
mm,
the opportunity now to to develop remote sensing, remote access of patients is very exciting. One would have a sensor which would send up to the cloud various measurements back down to a technician, which would warn the technician that the patient is entering a dangerous zone or whatever. I think it's going to fundamentally change the home healthcare industry, where you'll have some very important sensors in the house, requiring fewer visits by a nurse or a nurse
mm.
assistant to check on the patient. I think you're going to have dramatically shorter hospital stays, which will enable the patient to go home with monitoring devices. So I think you're going to see an explosion in devices that monitor various physiological functions that will be the data from which will be sent to physicians for them to evaluate.